Everybody, welcome back. It's Earl Green from the ExYourEx channel. Today we want to talk about something that, I don't know, a lot of people seem to be interested in. Have you ever seen someone with a partner that you felt like, wow, how did they get them? They seem to be totally out of each other's league, right? Have you ever seen, we all have, right? And then, your first thought is like, oh, they must be rich or something, right? But then you find out, no, they just are, they're with this person because they want to be with them. Well, today, I'm going to talk about how people get dates with people who they perceive are out of their league. I learned how to do it years ago from a high value dater. And today I'm going to share what they did and how they did it with you. Stay tuned. All right. So you're curious. I was curious. I actually heard the story not only from the person who dated, who was the guy who got the woman out of his league, but I actually talked to the woman as well later on. I knew her, and I'm going to start out with their story. But first, I'm going to lead with there's a sales technique, and this sales technique is what cold callers use when they're trying to get someone to talk to them who otherwise wouldn't want to talk to them. And it is simply this, okay? If you go to try to sell something to somebody, the first thing you're going to do is think, I don't want to buy, I don't want to buy. And they're not even listening to you, right? I mean, they're sitting there literally thinking up, without even listening to you, what can they say to get out of it, okay? They're thinking up the objection. They're not even listening to what you're offering, okay? Well, the way you overcome that is you tell them, I'm not here to sell you anything today. I just want to tell you about something, kind of like to decide for yourself if it's something that you might be interested in. If you are, great, but if you're not, that's fine too. Just kind of want to show this to you, right? What does that do? It takes the pressure off. It makes people more open to hearing and listening to you, getting to know you a little better. All right, with that in mind, I'd like to introduce you to Chuck and Evie. So Chuck was a very tall guy, about 6'6", terrible shape, was constantly coming down with some sort of a malady or an issue or a health problem, something along those lines, right? Not terribly good looking, much older. I think he was in his mid 60s. Okay. But this is really interesting. Chuck had photos of himself with some of the most beautiful women you've ever seen. And you would just look at it like, Chuck, how did you do that? And he knew it, right? I mean, he knew, but he was so good at it and he knew he had a technique. So Evie, the woman he was dating, was this beautiful 5'5", perfect body, long blonde hair, beautiful, gorgeous face. I was, a face could stop traffic woman. Would never see these two together in a million years, right? In fact, when they took pictures together, most people thought she was his daughter. Okay, if that gives you any idea. So anyway, they're at the dog park one day, and our friend Chuck sees Evie. And Chuck decides, now's a good time to make moves. So he goes up and he introduces his dog to her dog. She had a Boston Terrier. He had a Doberman. And they wind up just having a conversation. He asks her all about her dog, where she lives, what she does for a living, compliments her dog, pets it, shows him a lot of love. Pretty good idea, right? Okay. She meets his Doberman, really loves beautiful Doberman. They start a conversation. Conversation goes well. They form a little bit of a rapport. And he said, look, just as friends, I've really enjoyed your company. Would you be willing to meet for coffee one day? And of course she says, yeah, I mean, why not? He seems like a nice enough guy. So the reason you do coffee is that coffee is just like, hey, look, this is, no pressure of any kind. And he also says only as friends. And I think he even said something, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think he said, look, I know you're probably, I wouldn't want to date me or anything. Let's just do this as friends. I'd love to be your friend. And it just kind of went that route. So they wind up meeting for coffee and they have a really good time. He continues to build rapport, continues to make the whole, outing about her. He makes sure she has fun. And he's also keeping the pressure off. There's no like, wow, we should date or we should go here, we should do that or anything like that. They're just friends. And before coffee is over, he does an ingenious thing. He's asked her about if she likes fine dining. And I've yet to meet a woman who doesn't like fine dining, okay? So he pretty much knew what the answer was going to be. She, of course, says yes. He said, well, there's a restaurant I'm wanting to try. And it was the hot new restaurant in town. And it was 5-star. It was hard to get into. And it was kind of expensive. I guess he was only spending some money on this. But he didn't have a lot of money. He had very little money, as it turned out. And lived with a friend. He didn't even have his own house at the time. But anyway, they wind up making a date. to go out just as friends, right? So anyway, they meet, they have a nice time. And he says, gosh, I've enjoyed this so much. Could we do this again? Because I've got another restaurant I want to try, right? They do it again. I think it was like 4 or 5 restaurants later. They would be once a week. Okay. 4 or 5 restaurants later, he told her, my friends tell me I look really, really happy. And I think that's because I'm smitten. And they think I'm smitten too. And I just really am enjoying your company. Would you ever consider going on a date with me? Well, that's genius. I'm sorry. That's really good, because what he's done is he's waited long enough that they've built a rapport, right? Well, she's doing something that she likes with him all the time. If she wants to keep doing it, she's enjoying it. She's having these great dinners out and she's enjoying the conversation. Yeah, it's not a guy that she would normally date, but she's gotten to know him and the pressure wasn't on. Okay. So now she's a little bit more open to it. She says yes and wanted going on a date. After that date, they wound up becoming an item. They dated for, I think, almost a year after that. And again, people would look at the pictures and say, how did that happen? How could this ever happen? Well, the answer is Chuck knew how to do it. And he did it by keeping the pressure off and easing his way in, letting her get to know him as a person, as a friend first, but not for too long. He didn't drag it out to where it would be awkward or weird. Like, gosh, we've been friends for so long. How weird would this be? Did it work every time? I doubt it. But did it work enough that a guy got women who everyone knew were phenomenally out of his range? Absolutely. And he killed it. And, more props to him, And she even said, if he had done it any other way, I would have said no. But he did it so perfectly, I had to say yeah. It was just I felt it was the right thing to do. So anyway, the key takeaway here is start slow, become friends, be very complimentary, learn about her, talk about her or him. This can go both ways, right? Here's just my example here. But anyway, take it slowly, let the person get to know you, right? Sometimes they may not be initially super attracted to you, but once they get to know you, they become attracted to you. And that is your key, okay? So find out something they'll enjoy doing, take them out doing it, make sure you have a good time. One of the ways people fall in love is by shared, fun, mutual, wonderful experience, okay? He did this perfectly, and it opened the door, and it can open the door for you too. So anyway, again, just another secret of high-value daters. It was so much fun talking to them and learning their secrets and their techniques. And I wouldn't say this was a game. I would just say it was the way he had to do it. He had to he wasn't a fantastic looking guy. He had to let women get to know him. And once they did, it opened up a lot of doors for him. So anyway, hey, I'm about to come out with a book. You may or may not be interested in it. It's How to Get Your Ex Back. Or let's say you're going through a breakup and you don't want to break up. In a few weeks, I'm going to be coming out, going to be in PDF format, and you, my viewer, can get it for free. All you have to do is 3 things, and it doesn't cost you anything. This book is absolutely free. Like the video, like this video right here, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then go to ExYourEx.com and just send me a message saying, hey, Errol, I watched your blankety blank video, because I'm doing this on several. So just name the video and I liked and subscribe. Could you please send me the free PDF when it comes out? And I will make sure and email you a free copy of that. It's going to be a great resource tool. You can use it during breakups. You can use it after breakups. Yet if you want your ex back, if you do, maybe you don't, but if you ever want your ex back, you're going to have a bunch of really, really good information from high value daters on how to get them back. So in any event, thank you for watching. I really appreciate my viewers. I super do. You guys mean the world to me. I'm here to help. Drop me a line. Also in the comments section, let me know if you've ever gotten anybody out of or you perceived was out of your league, or if anybody who, kind of did the chat routine on you. I'd be curious to know. Let me know. And in the meantime, thank you again for watching. And it's Errol Green from the ExYourEx. Errol Green from the ExYourEx channel. And I'll see you the next time. Thanks for watching.